Are you a pro wrestling fan? Then odds are at some point in your life, you were a backyard wrestler. In this new series, I'm going to take you through how we came from this to this. It's a long story, covering nearly 2 decades. But if you're a nostalgic person missing the backyard days of yesteryear and a simpler time of the 90s and early 2000s, this is the story for you. This is Backyard Wrestling Cinema. Welcome to Backyard Wrestling Cinema Season 5, Episode 4. Last week, the show ended with this crazy stare down as we approached our next pay-per-view, Aftermath. We kick off the show with the Beast coming out saying Bobby Bo lost their match last week and he isn't here this week, so he was getting rid of him. He brought out a new partner called Default. Don't get too attached to Default, he won't be back. The High Rollers, which included Mr. Benjamins and the owner, TJ Money, come out next with their bodyguard, Jody of Misery.
What? He's still on the way. Visualizer and it's over. It's over.
Oh my God. Default.
It was our standard opening tag match, except sloppier than usual. Not shocking given the fact that it was Default's first time wrestling with us. He was actually friends with TJ Money, and they had their own wrestling federation when they were younger, a number of years back. But you couldn't really tell because this is kind of a new environment for them, and there wasn't that chemistry, and plus it had been a number of years since they had done anything together.
Get him up to the Lesnar.
What the hell?
Oh,
Lesnar and the Benjamins are at the same time. Opposite moves.
Hold him in.
1, 2, 3.
In the end, the High Rollers used one another's finishers to get the win. Backstage, Just in Time asked the owner, TJ Money, for a match.
Why have you been looking for me?
Tonight, I want a match.
You want another match?
Another match.
You want to
I'm
go
ready.
out and get
I'm ready
beat up
again.
TJ had been this big brother to Just in Time, being his protector over the last couple of weeks. TJ Money gave Just in Time a match against his bodyguard, Jody of Misery. Time came out with the Fly Girl, and despite his best efforts, Time would lose to Jody of Misery as Jody just kept climbing the ranks here in B4W.
Rollers are with him. I don't know. Oh, it puts him up. Now it's got him up. Looks like he's going for that. Oh! Right now. The newer version of the End of Misery, and it's over.
Backstage, the Old School Alliance gets a call that Homeboy Joe Slice's tires were slashed. They all leave to go pick him up, and the High Rollers notice that they left Homeboy Joe Slice's brand new United States title behind. We see a recap of the events last week highlighting the rise of Jody of Misery and that giant stare down to end off the show. Next is Mumbles, the hardcore champion, and the man who had challenged me for the world title at our next pay-per-view, Aftermath. And he's taking on Hellspawn. This is a rematch from last week. Hellspawn wanted the Old School Alliance backstage because last week I accidentally cost them the match.
Third round now.
With that big. Oh, that was big.
This time, it was a fair fight. Mumbles hit my finisher and won the match.
The hell move.
No! The reverses with the
He nailed the street sweeper. Oh my God. Kenny adds 2, 3,
And this will be important later on. Next was Rico DMF versus Tommy Thunder, and Hellspawn was the referee. Both Rico and Thunder have been with us for forever at this point, as you might know if you've been following this series. They were 2 of our better wrestlers. As I said, Hellspawn was the referee, but he was very much a non-factor in this one, which didn't lend too well to the story, but we were like 17 at the time.
Freeform, no. And now.
He's getting him up.
Oh, a brain breaker.
It looks like Rico is
Oh, but Tommy nips up. Ooh, kick. Now the pedigree. Ooh, the lightning bolt.
And it's over.
1, 2, 3.
Tommy Thunder gets the win, and Hellspawn lays out Rico after the match. Backstage, Benjamins goes to steal that U.S. title that was left behind.
Too easy, baby.
But it was a trap set up by the Old School Alliance, and I knocked him out with a loaded binder, loaded trapper keeper. Next up, it's the day of special guest referees, I guess. Mumbles is refereeing a match between myself and the Fly Girl, despite between myself and the Fly Girl.
Ooh, Flago going for a kick. Oh. This is despicable. Oh.
Despite Just in Time jumping on me several times and Mumbles as the ref, I got the win here. The story I was trying to tell was that Mumbles was beating more difficult opponents and winning more matches with my move than I was. So yeah, I was winning matches and keeping my title, but there were countouts or there were a girl who didn't wrestle. Meanwhile, Mumbles was the one with all the momentum going into our match. However, backstage, Mumbles was becoming a little more difficult. He would frequently do things we asked him not to do, and as the weeks went on, it was harder and harder to get him to show up to the shows. The Old School Alliance was back out one more time with Mr. Benjamins, who was lifeless after getting knocked out by that dreaded Trapper Keeper. We grabbed the camera and we put him through a table to end the show.
But number 3, homeboy Joe Slice.
Come on, you're coming with me.
Federation.
Yeah, it's time for the Old School Alliance to start collecting bodies here. We're going to start with Mr. Benjamin's. Now, wait, what's going on here? What's homeboy setting up for? Is that the Razor's Edge? I think it just might be. Oh, good night, Princess. Oh, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Hey, just a little message for you, Mr. Benjamins. You might want to stay out of the Old School Alliance business.
Post-show, we aired a bunch of our lost vignettes, stuff that had never aired on public access previously. And we also included a blooper video to a Creed song. And I know Creed gets a lot of shit nowadays. Hell, I even shit on them. But back then, WWE was putting out these banger music videos to Creed songs. And this was one that we definitely ripped off what they did.
The fans have voted, it's in. What else do you want? You suck more. I suck more. Wow, we're really getting creative here. I have a hat turn. That sucks. Okay. That's all you have. You know why you have that and only that? Because you suck. That's why. Oh. So who you're I don't know where to go with this, so let's just cut the camera. Yeah, what were we doing here? No one told us what we were doing, though. For B4W. And you just did us a real big favor. Get out of here.
Don't wait. Okay. Before I start talking, I want to get my collection plate out here real quick. Well, thank you, pimp. Thank you.
Amen.
Amen to you.
Amen.
Live long.
To you. Yes, sir.
Humility.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Amen.
Sir.
Donation. No. This one's for me. You don't take. Thank you. Amen.
such a great time to be a wrestling fan. The Attitude Era was winding down and pretty much over, but the era of the guys like Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio was just getting rolling. And in a few short months, Shawn Michaels would be back. It was just a great time to be a fan and a great time to be involved in pro wrestling, even as a backyard wrestler. And it was all leading to what became known as our final summer. That's all for this week. We'll see you next time right here on Backyard Wrestling Cinema.
Off that choke slam.
Oh, Benjamin's was folded. Oh, and he caught off his head.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, the Dominator there.
Dominate.
Corey special.